Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I am out today on the Suzuki 8S and I'm finally heading down to get my first service done. Now I have to say I'm a little bit ashamed that it's taken me 6.5 to 7 months to get 600 miles put in on this bike. But to be honest, I have a really short commute. I probably have a 20-mile round trip commute. And I actually do take this to work quite a bit. It's just taking me so long because I haven't put many long rides on this bike. I've only had like maybe 2 rides that were more than 50 miles. And when I bought this bike, I kind of figured that was going to be the case. I wanted a real fun around town / commuter bike, and this ended up being the perfect choice for me. But that also means that I'm not putting a ton of miles on it. In my opinion, this is an excellent commuter bike, and it's also a lot of fun for around town kind of stuff. But I do ultimately wish that I could get out on this thing a little bit more often. So besides the commuting stuff, which has been great, I really enjoy getting on this bike, doing a quick weekend ride, but honestly, I don't have a lot of time. I kind of have a demanding day job and don't often get a lot of weekends where I can go out riding, so maybe one weekend a month if I'm lucky. So what do I think of the bike after the first 600 miles? I know that's not a lot of mileage, but I've had the bike for a number of months, so I know how it is as a daily commuter, and I know how it is to, do some upgrades on the bike, and I have been really impressed with this bike so far. The fit and finish has been awesome. The bike is easy to clean. It's easy to maintain. Now you're probably wondering why I'm going and taking this to a dealership to have the service done. Why don't I just do it myself? Well, that's a great question. I actually have the stuff in my garage to do the oil change. The filters and the oil and all that stuff, I just always make it a point to do the first service at the dealership. They do more than just an oil change. They will adjust the chain if necessary. That's one thing I don't have the ability to do right now at home. I don't have a large enough socket to get the rear tire moved, to adjust the chain. So if they need to do that, they can do that there. I have all the chain cleaners and lubrication and all that stuff, but the adjustment part is the part that I can't do on my own right now at this point. I do plan to get some more tools. I pick them up as I need them, and that one is definitely on my list. But just taking it to the dealership, getting that peace of mind that they gave it a once-over, checked all the bolts and the fasteners and everything to make sure that the bike is safe, as well as doing all of the fluid checks on it, the oil change, all that kind of stuff. It'll just give me that peace of mind, that good feeling that this bike is safe, and I definitely plan to maintain it on my own after that. So the second oil change I will be doing by myself. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a relationship with this dealership to the point where I can go back into the service area and see the work they're doing on the bike. So I'm not going to be able to get any video or anything like that. But I am curious to ask them what kind of oil they use. Do they use official Suzuki oil, or do they use another brand? What's that process like? Now, I know a lot of you guys will have a preference on what kind of oil you think is best, and I'm not going to go into that discussion right now, but I am hoping that they use official Suzuki oil in this bike, at least for its first service. So with all that being said, it's a beautiful day today. It's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think we've finally gotten past winter. Alright, we are here at Now Powersports in Chandler. Now this is where I bought this bike. All right, let's go get this taken care of. All right, the GSX-8R. So, family member of my 8S. I just sat on this bike and the riding position is actually really comfortable for a sport bike. It is awesome. And I'll be honest, I like the yellow the best. All right, 600-mile service complete. Everything looks like it's in order. Bike definitely has oil. I just ordered some oil, Suzuki oil, so I can do my next oil change myself. Make it a point now when I pick up a bike after a first service to ride around the dealership a little bit and make sure everything is right before I start heading home, because I had an issue in the past with my Triumph Tiger Sport 660 where they tightened the chain too much and I was getting some kind of grinding noises or something from the sprocket. Everything sounds okay, so I think I'm good to go. So before I dropped the bike off, I was really curious as to what type of oil that they would be putting in. So I actually went back to the service department and inquired about it. And originally they were planning on just putting regular generic non-synthetic oil in there. And that's what they do for all of their customers unless they specify otherwise. So I'm glad I asked about it, because they were just going to put generic oil in there. And when I asked them, you know, if synthetic was an option, they said yeah, but they didn't have a specific brand. So they said the synthetic was basically a generic one too, and they put it in all their Suzukis and Yamahas and basically everything else that somebody wants synthetic. So I have no idea what this bulk oil is that they use. You know, if I did order some Suzuki oil, so if I notice anything weird in the next couple 100 miles, then I'll go ahead and change it immediately. If everything seems like it's running smooth, then I'll probably still do an early oil change just so that I know what oil is in here, and kind of use the dealership oil as like a flush out oil or something. So I'll be paying special attention to how the bike shifts. That might be an indication that it doesn't like the oil that's in there. I really wanted to take this bike out the last couple weekends. It was pretty nice out, but I was so close to the 600-mile mark that I didn't want to push it, so I decided to just wait till today to get the bike out, have the oil change done, and I might be going for a ride tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Scottsdale Harley-Davidson is having an event for Livewire, and they actually released a new Livewire. I just found out about it yesterday. which is weird because I've been following that bike since they first announced the Livewire Del Mar like over a year ago, and I had no idea they were coming out with the Livewire Mulholland, and that was going to be another option for me. So based on the initial looks though, I still like the Del Mar better, but I'm going to go there tomorrow possibly. If I can make it to this event, I'm going to go there and do a good demo on that bike, and then see how it is. See if they have any of the new live wires in the Mulholland, and maybe do a side-by-side comparison between the two, see which one I like better. I think the pricing on that is maybe $500 more than the Del Mar. Yeah, so that new Livewire uses the same Aero battery platform as the Del Mar, but they changed a lot of other aspects about that bike, so it looks really different. Yeah, so it'll be exciting to check that out if they have any of those in stock. So the grand tally for today was $337. So that was a little bit more than I was initially anticipating. I know they do other stuff during the first service, but I did notice like they scratched the paint off around some of the bolts. They were probably checking the bolts here for like the handlebars and other places, but whoever was working on this must have been just swinging the wrenches around like nothing, because there's a couple spots where they whacked the paint off on it, so I have to try to find some little touch-up areas, touch-up paint to fix those little areas that they scratched. I mean, my bike isn't going to stay pristine forever, but it's really irritating because I know that those dings weren't there when I drop it off, and I try to take real good care of my stuff, so now I'm going to have to try to find some black touch-up paint. So with that service done, now I can ride the bike whenever I want, don't have to worry about the mileage on it. So I think I'll be getting out a lot more often to take this thing for a ride. And now that the weather's getting nicer in the mornings, I'll be taking this out for my daily commute more often as well. Well, that's about all the excitement I had planned for today. I'd like to thank you all for coming along with me for this first service on the Suzuki 8S. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to attend that Livewire event and get some footage from that. But if you liked the video, click that like button, and I will catch you guys on the next video.